in his ear. It would confirm what was Amumu's biggest fear. It pledged that never shall someone become it.
Okay. All right. So, gonna get into it. Nerdy Pandas versus Wasted Potential. I am ZC Dog, of course, joined here by Delta Terra tonight.
Nice to have everyone here, and we're almost ready for picking bands.
I think we're already into them, actually, it looks like.
Scroll over, yes, yeah, we are.
So far, Wasted Potential is on the blue side. They have banned Master Yi, Lissandra, and Rammus. Nerdy Pandas are on red side. They've banned Kaisa and Lucian.
I'm kind of. It's unfortunate that they didn't ban a Gangplank from Styx from the Nerdy Pandas, knowing that he is a very good Gangplank player. I believe he won the Shuriman division last split with his Gangplank top versus Darius. But it looks like Nerdy Pandas did ban out two ADCs, so they're really picking on the ADC here. Shen's gonna be the first pick, potentially support or top.
And as per usual, Pro Draft will not be working for the stream, unfortunately.
Oh.
Maybe one day. Not today, though.
It isn't a reoccurring problem. Okay, no, they're switching to a Kled, so they don't have a Shen defensive pick, but they do have to engage with the Kled ult and the abusive lane that Kled kind of brings to the game.
Yep, so we've got Wasted Potential first picking Kled. That's an interesting one. I think it's a pretty safe blind. I don't think there's many things that really destroy Kled in lane, especially this patch. A lot of this super strong.
What about a Karma top? What about a Karma top?
I mean, I guess Karma top probably wins that. Oh, hey, Pro Draft is working. Wow. Okay, wait, we just display captain apparently. Tech, next level tech from our producer tonight.
Okay, so that's what I expected. I expected the Dirty Pandas to pick their ADCs early because they already banned out two pretty powerful ADCs, but Caitlyn Jinx is a very classic bot lane. Caitlyn Morgana is a very abusive bot lane. Wow.
Yeah, I think that Caitlyn Morgana should definitely run the spot lane. Like Karma does do a lot in lane, and she should have a lot of pressure down there, but Caitlyn is just so strong in lane. You ever get hit by a root, you're getting rooted for about 4 seconds with Caitlyn Morgana, so...
Yeah, that is a scary lane. Okay, so it is potentially Karma top or Karma mid. I wouldn't suggest Karma jungle.
Okay, I don't like this prompt pick at all.
Okay, they're banning out junglers now.
Yeah, I definitely would have preferred to see the Karma bot lane. This signals to me they definitely want Jinx to just hyper carry this game for Nerdy Pandas, but I don't think that Jinx is going to be set up to do that very well. You already have the Kled engage, you already have a hard lane phase because you're against Caitlyn Morgana. Going for that hyper carry kind of play style, they have to have a really aggressive jungler to make that work.
Wow,
you see the GP ban you were calling for earlier, though.
Yeah, definitely banning out Styx's GP is a Silas ban, okay.
Yeah, Wasted Potential's jungle does play Silas, so that's more of the jungle targeting from Nerdy Pandas.
Okay, that's what I expected.
I would expect a J4 for Wasted Potential now, actually.
Waiting for a ADC ban. ADC ban? Questionable if that does go through. It goes through, okay. So... I'm confused. Was that a misclick or was that a...
Styx does play a lot of Vayne. Could be expecting the Vayne top.
Okay. That's unusual, that's for sure. So they definitely did not want to Kled versus Vayne top lane.
I mean, maybe they were like, oh, well, they have the Jinx hyper carry, but what if they had two ADCs? I don't know. That would have been a really
That is an idea, but that's dangerous too.
Yeah, I would not have liked the comp if that was the pick.
Yeah. Okay, Hecarim. So they are charging in with Plaid Hecarim, sieging with Morgana Caitlyn.
I mean, that's a lot of move speed buff for the Hecarim too when you're following that Kled ult. So you're gonna do just straight up one shot the Jinx through the Karma shield if the Hecarim gets ahead early. So I like the pick up there.
We're looking for the
Zach pick
final
for
pick.
Nerdy Pandas is pretty good too. Like, it's a bit hard to do anything in the bot lane though because Morgana black shields because your engage is so telegraphed.
And something we haven't seen enough from Galio. Wow.
Galio
let's see.
has sneakily been getting buffs though, like to his damage,
He-
so he's much better mid than he was before.
Yeah. He has a lot more. I believe just a lot more damage than he had before. Just that his W cannot be flashed. Well, he couldn't taunt flash anymore, so that took him out of the support role completely, and potentially it could be a really good pick. His passive is really strong, his Q damage is really strong, but the
Yeah,
output potential is much
I
better.
still don't especially like Galio because his all-in combo is a bit finicky now. Since you can't W flash, it makes your Justice Punch really hard to connect. Because you used to be able to flash W for the guaranteed Justice Punch because you could get the reduced dash because you would do the dash back to hit instead of dashing forward. You can't really do that anymore, so you have to hope for the long range one to connect before the taunt ends, and there is that small window for them to flash away for the Cassiopeia. But I do all around like the composition for wasted potential more. It's like it has very good engage in team fight, so
It does for sure. It looks like Hecarim and Kled might just run it down, push them to protect them. Morgana, Caitlyn sieging for the back line. Nerdy Pandas have an interesting comp. Very much the hyper carry with Jinx, Cassio, Brown Karma supporting them, and Zach taking a lot of the damage.
yeah, it's an interesting comp. I don't know how
Is
much
the
I really
greatest
like
enemy.
it though. Like Cassiopeia should definitely win lane against Galio. That should be a really easy matchup for her. The problem I have is like I am really against Karma top lane. I think it's ridiculously overhyped. It's a very good solo queue pick, but in organized play, I don't think it's very good. And Zach's engage is so telegraphed that Morgana should always be able to black shield whoever he's engaging on. So Nerdy Pandas doesn't really have any engage either. So they're kind of just left with kiting back with Cassio and Jinx with Karma speed and hoping that the engage can't just completely one-shot them from wasted potential.
I mean, we're looking at a very strong scaling late game. If they get a pick with Zach, then it could be deadly for Wasted Potential. But Wasted Potential has a very easy press go team comp, and that's what I assume they're hoping to do throughout the game.
Yeah, like there's still gonna be like I think lane phase, Zach is going to have more opportunity to gank than Hecarim. Because Kate Morgana should always be pushing, and Hecarim has trouble ganking mid lane because it's such a short lane. So the only real place he can gank is top lane, where Karma will always be shoving Kled. Whereas for Zach, he can gank from basically anywhere at basically any lane, regardless of how shoved in it is. The only lane he'll have trouble ganking is bot lane because of Black Shield. So maybe Nerdy Pandas can get a lead early through the Zach pressure because he has a lot of interesting gank paths, abusing vision with his long range E, but even then, it feels like if you don't get the snowball started early for Nerdy Pandas, then it's kind of going to be doomed mid-game.
I am interested in the early jungle clear. I know Zach has very difficult first round of clearing jungle camp. So if Hecarim can abuse that and maybe get his Predator boost if he's running Predator early, then he might just run over Zach this entire game.
Hecarim right now is hovering the Ignite, so I would expect it to be Conk Hecarim with the Ignite. And if so, if Hecarim finds Zach early, he very easily wins that 1v1. Like, he already should, but that just basically overkills Zach. Zach can't regen from his blobs at all and just dies. Zach's clear isn't really bad early, per se. It's more so just slow.
It's also pretty bad. Actually, it is slow, but it's also pretty bad since he uses a lot of his HP.
Not really. You kind of just regen it back. I don't see Zach as having, like, a poor clear so much as just a slow one.
Yeah.
Which Hecarim can abuse a slow clear, though, because Hecarim very swiftly can clear red side, hit level 3, and invade onto the Zac. But, like, if you're a skilled Zac, you can clear Gromp and Blue at the same time early.
Oh, for sure.
And then that makes your clear a little bit faster.
No.
So
It looks like Galio is keeping Ignite, so he's looking for killing Cassio if possible.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit hard to do because, like I said, mid is hard for Hecarim to gank unless the mid laner sets it up really effectively. And now that Galio doesn't have flash taunt, he'll have to try and flash and then taunt into a
Yeah.
justice punch, which is
I would
pretty
prefer to
hard.
TP. I would prefer to TP if I was Galio. Maybe I could be wrong, but TP just provides so much more presence in the other
No,
lanes.
I definitely agree with the TP. It's better for roaming, especially if Galio's going to be out of lane a lot. It helps him get back there and not miss as much CS. Plus, he's already going to lose lane to Cassiopeia, so not bringing TP makes that even harder. We have Exhaust for Morgana versus Ignite for Braum. That feels perplexingly switched to me.
It does, doesn't it? Because Morgana and Galen should be looking for picks and kills in lane, and Jinx should look to farm behind Braum. But it looks like they're not doing what they plan to do. It
Maybe
looks
they
like
have plans to focus a lot of jungle pressure bot lane with Zac, and that's why they're running the Ignite for Braum, but I don't think there's really any kill threat 2v2 for Jinx and Braum in this lane. And versus Morgana and Caitlyn, the exhaust, I feel like you just go Ignite and you can one-shot somebody as soon as they're bound as early as level 2. So.
I mean, for sure, Morgana and Caitlyn's gonna be very safe now with Ignite. I mean, with Exhaust heal, keeping them safe. Um, TP's top lane. The Ignite and Hecarim is an interesting choice. There's always
Uh,
like always that Ghost or Ignite for Hecarim, depending on which one you feel like you're doing. Ignite
I feel like
does provide
Ignite is
damage.
almost universally agreed upon as better at this point, just because if you find the enemy jungler, they just cannot fight you anymore. You will always win that 1v1 when you have an Ignite and Conqueror, so I
I,
think that it's just ridiculously good.
I agree. I'm hoping Karma can bully out the Kled. If Karma can bully out Kled, which might happen, might not. We will see. That's definitely something might happen. Okay, now for the game plan. What do you think is going to happen early game?
Okay, I would expect I hope for calm level ones. I don't know if we'll get that, but I don't think either team really is all that great level 1. I'd favor Wasted Potential just because they have the Morgana bind, so it's easy to pick somebody, but I'm hoping not to see a crazy invade. I don't think it'll work out all that great for either. It'll kind of just it'll kind of just throw everything in disarray, and who knows who really wins at that point.
Are you saying you don't want to see a lot of bloodshed level 1? Because I do.
I would not like to see level 1s. I don't think it's good
Okay,
idea.
okay. Potentially, like I want to see a lot of like Braum Morgana invades. They're just so powerful level 1s, but Karma and
Yeah.
Zac and well, Karma does actually provide a lot of damage level 1 with her
Yeah,
her
but you have like both teams have double ignite, and you have like Jinx versus Caitlyn are both okay level. I just don't think that level 1 is
it's not gonna
a good
happen.
idea.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen, but I want it to happen because I'm gonna see some bloodshed.
Well, the team with the better level 1 I think is actually Nerdy Pandas. Now thinking about it more, but Wasted Potential is the team that wants a fast game. So I don't think that Wasted Potential should go for the level 1.
We have Phase Rush on Cassio, Aftershock Galleon. Nothing too special. Okay, they'll go Fleetfoot work for the ADC, so there's no Presty attack, Lethal Temple or anything. Guardian and Morgana, that's a very defensive rune here, so none of that airy comment poke.
I'm surprised to see you press the attack instead of Conqueror for Kled. That's a bit odd.
I think it's mostly because Kled, Presty attack is just faster to proc than Conqueror is. I don't use Conqueror very often. I believe it takes like 5 attacks or abilities.
You know, Conk is 5 attacks, but the healing is just so big for Kled because you want to be able to stay on Scarl, and having the ability to keep that sustain up so that you're still on Scarl is really big.
Let's see if they're gonna go for crazy invade here. Oh, it looks like there's 4. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I think they're both just going 5-point, it looks like.
Like basically a line of scrimmage here.
Yeah, see, that's what I would expect. I don't think either team really wants a super bloody level 1. I think both will probably look to play it slow at least until level 3.
Well, definitely the Nerdy Pandas with Casio Jinx are looking for a very slow game that goes out for 40 minutes with Jinx. Get 3 to 4 items with rocket crits and everything.
Some poke down from Casio there on the Hecarim. He should probably just recall and get it back, but
I don't think he needs a recall. He'll heal it up.
I don't think he heals up 70 HP before camp spawn. I mean, he'll be down like 20 HP. It's not gonna matter. Hecarim's clear is ridiculously good anyway.
Looks like we're line of scrimmage. Nothing special is happening here. Let's see anything starting items that look special. Okay, Caitlyn does have a stopwatch. We can look for a play with that. Braum has a stopwatch and a dematerializer.
Interesting that I'm really interested as to why Jinx didn't go for. Wait, okay, did Jinx go for inspiration secondary?
I'm not sure. I can't. Yeah, I can't check on the spectator view.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out if she has biscuits or not. But I'm curious as to why Caitlyn went stopwatch over like boots or something. That's a bit odd. Maybe she thinks she needs it for like the early pressure from Zach. No, you have Black Shield. I don't think there's really any chance you're gonna die.
Yeah, for sure. I think she's playing it super safe, which is fine, but I think she wants to be more of a lane bully than what she's doing right now.
This Hecarim is going a weird route. He didn't clear Krugs.
He went to he went to Raptors and he's going to Blue, so maybe he's looking.
Well, he's not gonna hit 3 off this camp now because he didn't cycle Krugs really.
That's a binding. So he might be going for a top gank. Or mid.
Well, you want to hit 3 first. So if he wants that, he definitely has to cycle Wolves or Gromp first.
Is he walking backwards to go Krugs?
Is he walking back to Krugs now? Was he?
He is
Maybe he was scared of the Zac invading onto his blue because he didn't know if the Zac started red or blue buff. Obviously, since Zac started blue, then there wasn't really any threat of that. But it will mean he's a bit behind in the clear. Zac still didn't cycle Gromp either, though, so both are running a little bit of a weird sort of...
Weird, but Zac looks like he's gonna be...
Yeah, Zac is faster onto the map. He hits level 3 first because Hecarim had to cycle back.
Yeah, he's already doing his, the top crab. Hecarim is looking for a gank bot lane for some reason.
It
looks like it's not gonna work out with Braum and Jinx basically on the turret.
Yeah, that in lane gank is never gonna work unless they ridiculously overstep. Yeah. Zac
is bullying out the Kled, as expected.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like it hurts. Yeah, he's just doing his crab bot side. Zac is just finished a crab. It looks like he might be going to Krugs, finishing that up, going back, getting his jungle item. Kled is having a very difficult time. Galio is having a very difficult time. Well, the top does hit Casio. Casio does take a bunch of damage from the passive and Q from
Yeah,
Galio.
it's a good all-in from Galio. That's the only way Galio ever wins this lane is if he constantly can find those all-ins. Otherwise, Casio will always just out-harass him, so... It's a good job by Hot Honey on Tiverivniv there.
Galio does have a CS lead, temporarily of course, because the wave is pushing towards Casio.
Yeah, Casio should have like a 2 CS lead if she manages to get all of this. She's gonna drop a couple though because of the Winds of War there.
Braum is being a little aggressive, but that's fine. Karma is bullying out Kled, basically doubling his CS. Plus some... Oh no, the gank from
Hecarim is coming up and there's no vision. This should be a...
flashes away, okay. Okay, the binding does not land bot side. The Karmic just flashes away. Ignite did get wasted by Hecarim, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
now that they know Hecarim is top side, Nerdy Pandas are free to just push out bot, so...
Yeah.
Are gonna see a little bit more pressure down there for them. The Caitlyn does still have a CS lead though, despite the wave shoving into her, so as we would expect from bot lane, Caitlyn is getting those slight advantages.
Oh, it looks like Galio's going for another taunt. He does hit the taunt, passive, and Q hits. Casio is, no more potions either, so she is You need to go back soon. It looks like Kled might get a kill on. Nope.
Yeah, both. Karma doesn't have flash. I actually think he should have chased that. Karma didn't have flash, and he does. That could have been a kill.
It could have been, but I think he was just too afraid because the movement speed from Karmic Shield. Oh, he's going for another kill, and he just gets out there too.
Yep.
Zac is taking mid side. The taunt goes through. Cassio's going through with a couple E's, and she's run out of mana.
Now Hecarim's going in for the re-engage.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, did they actually kill Zac here? No. He has passive. Yeah, he does have his passive. So unfortunately, killing Zac is free right now. But Cassio does go in and dies.
That should be 1-for-1 though.
1-2 for one,
Zac goes back in for that though.
Oh, he's dead.
I think he's dead, yeah.
Did they get the blobs? He gets the blobs, yeah.
Well, he should just get the Zac entirely.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know about that re-engage.
That was unfortunate, yeah.
A little ill-advised there, but it should be alright.
It was a little too hypey from Cassio. She kind of between Hecarim and Galio and paid for it with her life.
Yeah, looking at the state of the map, this is pretty much exactly what you want if you're wasted potential. You want the Hecarim to be snowballing early, to snowball into that mid game where he can one-shot those backline carries through the Karma Shield. And so getting that double kill early is really good for him. Like, having the kill on Cassio is nice, but I think the trade definitely favors wasted potential, especially because they get the first blood off it, so they get extra gold on top of the extra kill.
Looks like Galio's bullying out this Cassio's. They should have gone the other way, but it looks like Kled ulted out.
No, because now Cassio just trades back. That's the thing. Like, if Galio doesn't get the hard all-in where he hits everything, he'll always get out-traded because Cassio has phase rush to just run him down afterwards. So unless you like actually pop her with your full rotation, you're not going to win that trade.
Looks like Kled is having a very difficult time topside. He did have to use his ult to run away from the...
Yeah, and he's down about 2.5 waves of CS right now. He does have a little bit more to CS, but he's not going to be able to grab all that much of it. He's getting zoned off.
Yeah, it's becoming a very hard top lane to play. Maybe a lane swap will be necessary soon if they want.
Yeah, we get the Air Dragon, which helps Hecarim.
Oh, in from the game?
Gets him that damage.
Oh, okay, that's a good stumper of the Cassio, but Galio and Hecarim knocks her down.
Yep. Not much chance of getting out of that one once Hecarim's that close.
Fortunately, the taunt already went through, and it was just, at that point it was just, well, gotta think about what you're buying.
Yeah, crucially, Hecarim gets the kill again, so he's really gonna be a monster come mid-game in those fights, because he definitely has enough gold right now to build the warrior.
Yeah.
I believe he's sitting on about 850 right now, so next back, if he does full clear, he should have about 1200, so should finish warrior and then maybe upgrade boots, and then he'll be really ready for mid game.
He's gonna be a very fed horsey.
Yep. Karma is going Iceborne first. That's interesting. I was interested to see if she would be going like the tankier sort of build, or if she'd be going the support build, because we see both depending on what team is running the Karma top. To see what type of playstyle. I still assume that she's going to go Iceborne into Athene's.
That feels pretty Jinx has a no magic mantle. Do you think she's going Merc Treads by any chance?
I actually wouldn't be surprised. You have the Galio taunt, the Morgana route. There's a lot of CC coming through. I could definitely see Mercs.
Merc Tread sounds like a good item with all that CC, but if you get CC'd by that point, you probably died.
Yeah, especially because if like you don't have enough money to really buy anything else early, like even just going that will help a lot with the poke from Morgana. Because if you ever get tagged by like a puddle or anything in lane, now that you have no magic, it's actually not really going to do anything.
Oh, it looks like Kled is going in for the Karma. Karma is getting chunked out. She might die from this, but she does have flash. She does nair him and she just pokes him at him. Okay. So as expected, Karma runs away. Oh, okay.
It's an unlucky counter gank for Zac, or for Kled.
It was a good gank. It was a good gank, but it looks like he got away. Okay, Cassio might actually get a kill on Galio, potentially. She's under turret, and she kills him.
Yep.
But Hecarim's gonna get her now. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, the phase rush. Almost.
Wait, no. Oh, he does get her, but it was a trade.
She almost managed to. See, that's what I mean with the phase rush. If you don't manage to kill Cassio on an all-in and she procs phase rush, she's just so fast slithering away. I think on like level 8 is when it balances out with normal shoes. And at that point, you're just faster than the average person on Cassiopeia, so you just have a ridiculous amount of move speed naturally, plus phase rush. Like, it's very hard to chase her.
You have to find a way to kill her fast, or else you just run around in a circle.
Yeah, Hecarim does pick up another kill there, so he gets the sheet on this back, actually.
I
So
want to see how much gold Cassio got from killing the shutdown.
the shutdown gold for Cassio, she got a bonus 300, so she got a 600 gold shutdown on Hecarim.
Ouch, that's a lot of gold for Cassio. She did finish her tier. Well, didn't finish the tier, but she got our angel stuff. Stacking up that a little bit faster. Going for maybe Roa next. She does have a Ruby Crystal.
Looks like... Okay, Coletta's T-Mat now, so this top lane should be a bit easier for him. He should be able to just shove it in and walk away. You have a fight around Dragon, though.
Cassio might...
Hecarim got grounded there. He couldn't charge.
Oh no, this is a very bad fight for basic attempt. You get a last stun, and that does draw Zach to very strange fight from all sides. Karma just TP in. Quad is there as well. It looks like Karma might die.
This is just awkward.
This is a very awkward fight everywhere, and the fight was happening between mid and river, and now bot side. Karma might be dead soon. Yep, Karma's dead.
Yeah, she goes down. Okay. So, you know, it starts out good for Nerdy Pandas. They get the Hecarim, but then Karma TP's in, and the fight's already kind of gone the other way at that point, so just gives it up.
They're gonna get a couple plates here. It looks like they got two.
I actually think they probably get first tower if they want to stay for it. Guess we'll see. Looks like they're just gonna back out though.
Well, that's gonna go Cassio there too. Oh, no.
He missed the Q, so I don't think he can get it. Now Cassio just trades back with phase rush.
It looks like there's a lane swap. Bot side is very tough for the Pandas. Let's see the blue side answers swap. Looks like Caitlyn is walking bot. Okay, so lane swap total. Caitlyn's walking bot side. Morgana's still bot side. They're giving up. So Nerdy Panda's giving up the air drag to get repair.
So I kind of have to criticize Vision Lord here because he didn't pick up his sweeper on his last back. Like you're I already have the Targon's transform. I don't know why you wouldn't grab the sweeper.
Maybe he just wants more work.
Well, plus he didn't have a slot for a control ward either, so he has no way to sweep Vision right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem if he doesn't do that soon.
I'm actually really confused as to why he has dematerializers. He hasn't used them all yet. Because usually you would use them in lane to share cannons, especially into a hard lane like Caitlyn Morgana, but it seems like he just either didn't need them or didn't use them. So he still has one in his inventory that he should really just try and get rid of at this point, because it's pretty useless.
Morgana actually almost goes down. Oh, she does go down. Sniped by the Metro Karma.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That's just, wow, that's a lot of fortunates.
Yeah, that feels
Oh,
bad.
okay, Gallia's going for Cassio. Cassio's trying to kite him out, and she does successfully kite him out.
This doesn't get the ult off, though. That could have been a kill.
That could have been a kill, but fortunately Gallia was looking the other way. Zac misses his E, and everything is happening everywhere.
Yeah, this is a... Karma has the Mantra W, though, so Caitlyn can't keep chasing her.
Okay.
It's just the awkward all-ins. These all-ins are really awkward because if you don't one-shot a lot of these carries on the side... Oh, another all-in.
Oh, Gallio's dead.
Oh,
right?
wait, yeah.
Oh, he lives. Hecarim doesn't know he's on a ward either.
See,
That's really unfortunate.
very
Oh,
lucky for Galio there. The poison fell off, so he didn't get the bonus damage applied.
That is very lucky for Galio.
No, but like back to the point, for the side of Nerdy Pandas here, if you don't one-shot these carries, they have so many tools to just kite you out after the all-in. Like Cassio has the phase rush. She's gonna have Seraph's shield here pretty soon. She's at like 600 and some now. So she's getting that tier stack. For Karma, if you jump her and don't one-shot, she mantra W's, and then she has that super massive healing based on how much health she's missing. Plus, she has the Corrupting Pot, so she's just going to heal back and run away with her Karma Shield. So if you're not one-shotting these carries, they're just going to kite you out and harass you.
Now, I want to see what items Jinx is getting. Wait, no, she hasn't got an IE yet. Caitlyn already has her IE, so it's getting difficult for Jinx to fight Caitlyn if that ever comes to it.
Yeah, that's where the 20 CS lead will get you for Caitlyn. She has that bit of an advantage because she has an oppressive lane, so she's got the 20 CS lead and she's getting the earlier infin. So if a fight breaks out early, then
so it looks like they're going back to normal. Jinx has Rip Hair. Hope she uses Rip Hair very soon. Okay. They know Hecarim's down with it. They do not know Hecarim's down with it. Caitlyn might even get the turret. Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight. It looks like the blue side is going to win this.
Yeah.
With Galileo coming in, yeah, it's all over.
Yeah, it's the wash.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Nerdy Pandas lost. I'm not sure if...
Oh, but Hecarim walks right onto the grounding. He's kind of getting one-shot by Cassio here.
But I think he's definitely...
Zach goes down. Now Cassio doesn't have any peel. Goes
Zach
down.
is too high, but he misses his E. He can't kill Morgana now. It's really unfortunate for that side. I wonder if Jinx still has time on that Rift Herald.
Very little. She should be using it in base.
Is Karma gonna die here? No, okay.
Yeah, the Herald's gonna expire
Oh,
here.
Kled
Like
does go
any
with the ult.
second.
Kled does go with the ult, and Karma kind of cuts him out again. This is a really annoying lane for Kled. I'm so sorry for her.
Yeah, there's not really much you can do. Karma just runs at you with Iceborne procs and can't really do anything about it.
Okay.
Karma does miss the mantra Q there, so it doesn't get the kill. Could have, actually. It was really close.
So Jinx just drops Rift Herald down side because it's probably running out of time anyways. Might as well not waste it. Probably might die from Kled. And it looks like he's going bot side. It looks like Hecarim's going for the Karma and he just gets it. Easy as that.
She was pretty low, so.
Yeah, Styx overstayed, unfortunately.
Yep. This Hecarim is really fed now. Like, you have Warrior, you're halfway to Triforce at 18 minutes. You have double Cloud Drag to make you faster and have more AD because of his passive. He's a happy horse, dude.
He's a very happy horse, and he's going to be one-shotting a lot of people. Possibly he could be one-shotting Jinx if the team doesn't get to her soon, in time.
Crucially for Cassio, though, she is very beefy now. Like, it's going to be so hard to one-shot this Cassiopeia when her Ceres just transforms. She has the shield for 489 damage. She has Rylai, so she has a lot of HP. Also good for kiting out that Hecarim, who's going to be running at her when she gets the slow off from poison, so...
I want to see a Leandros next for Cassio, I think.
I actually think Morello's is better, because Kled and Hecarim both want to heal up a lot, and Morgana has the passive spell vamp. I would say Morello's might be better.
It is a good item. That's the Grievous Winds definitely is a very fantastic tool to stop all that healing from Hecarim and Kled. Well, Kled doesn't have Conquer.
This is true, I guess. So yeah, maybe actually then Leandros is better. I always forget this Kled doesn't have Conquer. It's still very strange to me. I think there's a couple of times where he could have killed Karma if he had the conk instead of the press the attack, actually.
Yeah, very much. Might be a decision he might have to rethink if he goes Kled the second. It looks like they're just kind of stabilizing out. If there's any more fights happening. There's no dragons. Baron is not up yet. Another 30 seconds, so they're just kind of going mid, shoving out mid side. Okay, the fighting doesn't win. They know Zach is around the Raptor, so they're just keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah, there shouldn't really be anything too exciting happening anytime soon. Unless Zach just gets a ridiculous engage. And even then, I don't think he wants one, because you have 5 stacked mid for wasted potential, and you have the 1-3-1 going for Dirty Pandas.
Oh, Zach is going in, but he misses his E, and there's a fight between mid and jungle. It looks like Galileo went in the jungle. Mid side goes red. Potentially no, it did not go well. No, Nerdy Panda just gets
Yeah,
almost
wasted
aced.
potential.
Almost aced there.
Walking away with this
It is
one.
aced, unfortunately.
Baron is up. They might go for it. I feel like you just get mid-inner here, though.
Yeah, I don't think they can go Baron.
Because you're pushed on both your side lanes, so Fled and Galio have to go clear those.
I know we've been pointing out that Hector is really bad, but we have to look who has IE, rapid fire, or fire cannon.
Yeah, I think she picked up 2 more kills there, too. Caitlyn is sitting on 2,000 gold right now, on top of what she already has, and she's already half an item ahead of Jinx. So on this back, she'll get another Zeal probably, and be even more ahead. Like, it's pretty scary for her.
Yeah, she's getting another Zeo probably for Shiv. Maybe Phantom Dancer if she wants to be more defensive, but...
I would expect Hurricane, actually.
Hurricane?
It doesn't stack your passive anymore, but I still think it's better, especially if they're, like... Because this entire game has just been skirmishes for wasted potential. They just want to all-in 5v5, so I feel like you just go the Hurricane here.
That's a good idea. I don't think she will. I think Shiv or Phantom Dancer is going to be the next item. Hurricane is a good one. Oh, it looks like Cassio getting engaged on, and I think
Morgana's caught out as well.
Morgana's cut out on that side, but it looks like, yeah, Blue just takes Zac and Cassio out of the fight. And Morgana still, oh, Morgana does die, but that's support for a jungle and mid.
Yeah, and Karma's gonna go down here too to Caitlyn.
Yeah,
so.
that's not a good trade at all. Caitlyn's gonna have
nah.
Yep.
Greeting way too much for that Karma kill there. Or for the Morgana kill, rather.
Yeah. Galio's just gonna take Karma out. And that's Baron. This might be game, actually.
I don't think it's quite game. I still think Nerdy Pandas has a chance to come back into this.
If Jinx can, because Jinx have ult, she does not have ult, so she cannot feel it with her ult. And it looks like that's a dragon for sure.
And Caitlyn's sitting on another 2,000 gold right now.
Yeah, she is one.
So she's gonna back. I would expect them to reset and spend some money before they go for the siege. Like probably go get the triple cloud for your Hecarim, so he just has insane move
Hecarim
speed.
is a happy horse right now.
Yeah, he's a very happy horse. Like, at that point, you don't even need to look for flanks on Hecarim. You can actually just run straight at the front line and not care and all through them because you're so fast they can't stop you.
No, I wonder how much movement speed he has out of.
Okay, it is going to be the Shiv, like you called, and now she's building the BF sword. Maybe she's finally going to build that broken stopwatch into a GA. I still think Bloodthirster's probably better, though.
I'm pretty sure it's a GA because it's still there.
This is true. Like, I still think the stopwatch is a mistake, regardless of how well it is. I actually don't even remember when she used it.
I don't recall, actually.
Yeah, so, like, it must not have been all that important if neither of us can remember what it was even used for.
I didn't realize he actually used it. But it looks like the blue side is just taking the jungle away from Nerdy Pandas.
Yeah, they're going to siege up the inner bot here.
They're just choking out Nerdy Pandas out of their jungle camps and getting the bot in a turret. Looks like they're shoving through the inhib turret.
Yeah, they have side waves pushed up, so they can just sit 5-man bot here and wait for Nerdy Pandas to have to respond to the push on the other waves.
Yeah, slowly the bot side will push through the inner turret.
And as will the mid, so...
Mid is pushing right now. Zac is kind of in the middle, trying to get a good angle for an engage on either Caitlyn or... I think that's it. That's all he can engage on. He doesn't want to engage onto Galio or Hector, or Kled even.
Another thing, like Nerdy Pandas, like right now, all of their vision is topside because Baron was up. So they actually don't know if Wasted Potential is rotating or not. And Galio, or Hecarim and Caitlyn rather, are just sitting back there out of vision. They do have one ward, crucially, at that junction, so they know when they're gonna rotate, actually.
Oh, it looks like Karma might just kill Caitlyn, but...
No, it's getting turned back.
Close.
Braum does get in the way, though, so...
Okay, so...
Nobody's going down there.
Okay, that would have been a great pick for Nerdy Pandas if they got out of the fight.
Caitlyn has almost 900 gold.
She's gonna finish an item before Jinx gets her third item.
Caitlyn actually picks up the potion of wrath, or the elixir of wrath rather.
Okay, so she's thinking the last fight is gonna happen.
Yeah, so she's gonna have some lifesteal coming in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Karma's going for Ardent, I believe now. So maybe if Karma can finish off that Ardent, the Jinx is pretty fed. Maybe buffing her up will manage to swing a fight, but I don't know. It's looking pretty hard to try and swing one of these because you just have so many fed members for wasted potential here. You have a 7-0 Caitlyn who's a full item and a half up on your
And it looks like Zach might be caught out here. He does live. He's very tanky. Ooh, Morgana's very deep in there.
Galio's coming in though. Does land the knockup on his Zac. Has to flash out.
Okay. Well, I don't know how Morgana got caught there, but it was very deep into your team.
Her flash is down. It looked like she flash ulted.
Just might have, yeah. So she paid for it with life, but that was a mistake.
Yeah, she doesn't have the Zonias yet because she went redemption first, so she can stop the burst from coming through.
I think that's also Baron. They don't have Baron anymore, so
Yep.
that's it for the push. That's unfortunate. They only got one inhib turret, and oh no, they got an inhib turret bot side, but no inhibs. That's
Yeah, you have 2 minutes on Drake or on Baron here, so or a minute and a half on Drake and a minute or 2 minutes on Baron. So I feel like you probably just 5-man the bot inhib.
Caitlyn is almost ready. Looks like Jinx is going for another crit item, maybe rapid fire for long range auto proc rocket.
I think Caitlyn has enough for GA here. Yep, she picks it up. So you're looking at this 5-item Caitlyn against 2.5-item Jinx. That's a really big item discrepancy.
Really?
Yeah, Caitlyn's up 4k gold on Jinx. That feels really bad. Especially because like Jinx even has less DPS than she normally would because she had to go Mercs against the Morgana in lane.
I still think Mercs is an incorrect item at this point.
Well, no, I don't think it's incorrect, but like when you want to buff up this hyper carry, you want her to have as much gold as possible on as much DPS as possible and rely on the Karma to keep her safe. But she's at this point having to invest gold into keeping herself safe because the enemy is so fed. So like while it's the right choice to go Mercs, it just feels bad because this carry that you want to be buffing up to be doing all of your DPS isn't as DPS heavy as you need her to be.
Yeah, I would have gone for the regular business because you need her to be strong, and she's a little bit behind on the attack speed.
Well, I don't know. I still feel like the Mercs are the correct decision. It's just a kind of feels bad, man, kind of thing that you had to do with.
You're basically wasting tenacity at this point. So, yeah, if you're gonna get caught by Morgana, tenacity is definitely gonna get you out of there sooner. But by that point, how much HP do you have left?
Well, I mean, at this point, 0. But
yeah, basically.
in lane, Mercs could have been the difference between the angle, which is why I think it was like the correct choice in lane. But I mean, now it's kind of.
Now it's like, yeah, you're wasting tenacity. It looks like they're preparing Baron. I think Morgana's getting a couple wards out. Clearing some vision around here and there. Jinx?
Jinx has ult, so if they go for it, Jinx could manage to steal with her ultimate. Zac is 2 levels down on Hecarim though, so it's pretty unlikely that he could get a smite steal.
Morgana might get caught here? I doubt it. Yeah,
yeah, she's just fine.
And they're starting Baron, okay. So no Baron dance, it's just starting Baron. And they're getting off of Baron.
And you said no dance. They don't know where the Zac is, which I think is what's making them apprehensive to start this.
They are engaging. Which direction are they going?
That is not the path that Blood Ult was supposed to take, but okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jinx hit the kill and she got her passive.
Jinx is still in the back line. Not touch, he has Hurricane.
Jinx is
This
winning
could be the
fight
fight that
you
can need.
And Jinx wins that fight for them.
Yeah, no, see, this is why I said Caitlyn Hurricane, because the Jinx has the Hurricane and just one-shots, like, everyone there. Those AoE rockets doing work. Oh, Caitlyn ult crucially does not take her down there.
60 HP.
Oh, that's a tight
That's
one.
one proc of Morgana's W. Oh, that would have killed Jinx.
Yeah. Caitlyn actually still has heal. I think they won that fight if Caitlyn used it.
Maybe. Hindsight is 2020, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a bit unlucky, but you know, it's still heavily wasted potential favored.
I
They're
think it was the
still they're
point where
still
Hector.
up 7k gold and have 4 dragons. Like, if nothing else, you can just wait for the Infernal to spawn and take that as well.
There was definitely miscommunication between. They both did. Well, they both ran in at different angles.
See, what I think you do if you're wasted potential here, I think you just set up the Caitlyn trap line and rush Baron. Because even if Zach goes in for the steal, he is still 2 levels down on your Hecarim. Your
You also
Hecarim
have
should
Mouse and Drake.
always win that 50-50.
You also have a Mouse and Drake. You take it down very quickly.
Yeah,
Especially
like
with a Caitlyn with 5 items, almost.
5.5. She has that extra BF sword now too. Like, she's a ridiculous.
Very fast.
You know, I don't agree with the itemization by Jinx here. I don't think Phantom Dancer is the right choice.
No,
it's like it's nice because it lowers the chance you're getting one shot, but look how defensively you're itemizing. Like, you're the hyper carry here. You need to do damage. You need to trust that your Karma is going to keep you alive, like your Karma and Braum can keep you alive. But you're building Phantom Dancers for sustain, you're building Merc Treads for sustain, you're building a Chain Vest.
Doing it under vision. Braum is dead here. No.
Flash is out.
Okay.
And now they're off Baron.
But they are in vision. The Baron is in vision. The Fred does go in. Jinx is caught out for the corner here. And Jinx, I think she just went down. Yeah, Jinx goes down. That fight is very much on the blue side.
Yeah, Jinx was not grouped with the rest of the team crucially there. If Jinx was with the rest of the team, that was fine.
Cassio's dead as well. That is... There goes the carry.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
Oh, it's a lost fight. Now they get a free Baron.
Yeah,
unless Zach gets a miracle steal.
You know, if you're Jinx here, you gotta stay with the Karma and the Braum. Like, what are you doing on the side with Zach?
That was a misposition of her, right? I think she was trying to get a flank off, but at that point...
Why are you flanking on Jinx? You're the hyper carry.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and Zach's 3 levels down on Hecarim, so he can't ever in a million years hope to Smite steal that.
Yeah, it had to be a miracle steal. It looks like it's almost... This is over.
I don't know about that. I still think Nerdy Pandas can win a fight. Like, Cassio is at 3.5 items and is super strong. See, look at how defensive this itemization is on Jinx. You put stopwatch now. Like, you should be building the BF sword if you're building GA. Like, you need... Like, once again, you need to trust that your supports are going to protect you because you need to be doing the DPS here. If you're building this defensively, you're not going to be doing that DPS. And it doesn't matter how strong you're getting amped if you don't do the damage when you're surviving.
They get a free Inferno Drake for Caitlyn and everybody else. Elder is next. They have 5 Drakes. Elder will burn everyone if that happens at that point.
If the game winds up stalling that long, I don't think that Wasted Potential will win a fight for the dragon anyway. The longer this goes, the more it favors Nerdy Pandas, so...
Oh, wait, Jinx gets caught for some reason.
She just stepped on the Caitlyn trap there. Does get out, but like... That was really risky. She stopped to zap, and Caitlyn just laid down a trap while she was in animation.
I think Kled might be dead here? No, there's no damage between Zach and Karma, unfortunately.
Cassio's chasing him down, though.
Oh, he is dead. Okay.
Yep, Cassio just chasing him down with Phase Rush.
It looks like Braum is caught, and Braum is dead now. Jinx is caught out, and that looks like his game.
Yep, probably.
100%. It's over. Well, Nerdy Pandas...
Cassio is still up. There's a chance that Cassio can do something.
It's a very minor chance. The Baron minion has too much magic. They have 2 inhibs down.
Cassio lifts all.
Jinx is
exhausted.
Morgana might be dead, but Caitlyn's still alive. She's just...
And now Karma gets...
And that's Karma.
Yeah. That's gonna be game. Yep.
Well,
it was a very good fight for Nerdy Pandas. They stuck it out.
They had a very good fight when the Jinx was able to sit back and do a bunch of AoE rock. They won the fight. It looks like...
Yeah, they just couldn't keep her up long enough. Like, they just were never grouped in a way that Jinx could survive and lay down the DPS she had.
Yeah. She did build a little bit too defensive. I would have preferred she built Bloodthirster, more offensive item. Maybe Essence Reaver. She wants more crits. AD and
Yeah,
crit
like
Essence Reaver.
like looking at the damage dealt to champions, Caitlyn over double Jinx damage.
It's
So
a
it's like,
very one-sided fight. They did have some good team fights for the red side, but it looks like blue side controlled most of that game. They got all the barons and all the dragons in fact, and just was a very unfortunate game for the red side.
all right. Okay, so what do we want to see for game 2? Like,
We want
what
to
do you
see.
hope to change?
Okay, so it looks like Nerdy Panda. Well, Nerdy Panda's going to blue side. They get first pick. I would not first pick Karma. I'll be honest. Karma did not seem like it did anything. It did bully out the Kled. Yeah, I agree that it did get over double Kled CS, but towards the late game, it did almost. Maybe
Yeah.
not the Zac either. Zac does not provide any. They had the engage with the Zac,
okay.
but
The problem they had was their engage was a Zac, but when that's your only engage into Morgana, Morgana will always succeed in black shielding it because Zac's engage is slow and super telegraphed. Like his E is basically just I'm going to get close and Q you when you have a Morgana. So that's a really because they picked that into the Morgana. I feel like if you want engage, you can't pick Zac into Morgana. Plus, if you're going Karma top, you just don't have engage anyway, other than your jungler, and that engage will always be black shielded. So I would like to see more engage coming from top lane, or at least a different champion from jungle.
yeah, for sure. That engage from the Zac and the Karma were very good picks. Honestly, Zac didn't have a target. I'll be honest. Zac did not have a target jump into. He had the Caitlyn, but Caitlyn was always going to be black shielded. Braum was a decent pick, but getting bullied out of lane was very rough for bot lane, especially when they were the carries.
Yeah, and you picked up Rom into Caitlyn Morgana, like you know it's coming. I feel like Karma Jinx would have just been better, and then you could have had some type of engage option from top lane, and it could have been a pretty different game. But
I think Karma Jinx would have had a chance to actually even out. Maybe a very slim chance, but a better chance than Karma does provide a lot of damage in lane.
yeah, Karma is like a really strong lane bully bot lane actually.
I would say Cassio versus Galio came out to be what I expected. Galio burst down Cassio, and Cassio would kite him out.
Yeah, like a little bit early, it looked a little sketchy for Cassio, but he just like once Cassio gets tier, then she kind of just runs that. There's no chance Galio can one shot anymore.
Right. So, what is going to be the team comp for Nerdy Pandas? Do we want to see a more protected Jinx comp again?
I do not want to see a hyper carry composition. I think hyper carry compositions in this meta are actually just bad because so often the game is just decided by 25 minutes anyway. So I don't want to see these scaly hyper carry DPS threats late game when the game late game isn't going to be there. You should definitely be playing more of a mid-focused composition, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I want to see a Lucian Braum, I want to see Draven even. I don't know if Cesarius plays Draven, but that would be pretty interesting to see a very hyper aggressive early game bot lane to see
I
if
want to
they
see like
can
a
counter.
Xayah Rakan maybe, like obviously not into Caitlyn
Zyra Khan,
Morgana,
it sounds
but
like a good, yeah, that's a good comp too. I want to see something very aggressive bot lane and see if they can win the bot side to see if they can carry from the bot side.
all right, let's see. Okay, so bot lane for Nerdy Pandas plays Jinx, Sivir, Varus, and Kaisa primarily.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'd like this.
they
Like
banned out the
Varus is
Kaisa.
good, Kaisa is good. Sivir I think is better late game than Jinx if that's what you want to run. Like Sivir's AoE threat I think is better than Jinx's and has more safety,
What
especially
I
into Morgana.
don't understand is that they banned out Lucian Kaisa and they picked Jinx, bro. I don't understand that flow right there. If they
Yeah, I don't
wanted
know. It looks like
to,
you want to be bot focused, but you're picking Jinx, who wins very few bot lanes.
yeah, you wanted to ban out the other ADC, which is great, but you left yourself with the weaker ADC.
Yeah,
That
especially
kind of
like if you're banning out the other ADC, why are you blind picking bot lane? Like if you want to get that advantage bot lane, you shouldn't blind pick it.
yeah.
Okay, so do we want to just see wasted potential run it back, or is there something you want to see different from them?
I want them to. That's a really good comp. Honestly, Kled Hacker is a very good comp. Running it back
Yeah.
is great. I don't think they're going to get a chance to, though. Something's going to
Yeah.
get banned out.
I doubt we're gonna see well, actually, okay. I doubt we're going to see Caitlyn again, but the Morgana didn't seem to be all that effectual. Like, she built in an awkward manner that made it so she didn't have Zonias for a lot of plays, so she was getting caught out a lot trying to use her ultimate. So I doubt we're going to see a Morgana ban. I would doubt we see Caitlyn again. Um, I would like to see them 1-2 ADC support again, though. I did like
Yeah,
that they early picked those.
for sure. I want to
They
see some
first picked
aggressive bot lane.
they first picked Kled last time, but I think that going like if it's up Caitlyn Morgana second rotation after seeing what the first pick is probably just fine.
For sure. I feel like the bot lane can definitely carry for potentials. Gallia was great. He held his own, and he did actually kill Cassio several times himself. Um, I mean, that formula was great. Wasted potential, got a 12-0 Caitlyn to cure them.
Getting lobby set up here. Should be ready here in just a second.
Point. Yeah. The game lobby is happening.
Should be invited.
Looks like it is full. I cannot join.
Yeah, just a second. Trying to get one of them to move back to
Spectator.
Yep. Be just a second here. All right. Is he invited?
Let's see. And we are in. I'm in. Yes, I'm in. So what do you think they're going to first pick? Are they going to first pick Toronto? That might happen, actually.
All right. See if we can get into pick bans here in a second.
Get the Pearl draft ready. Yeah, okay.
See if we can't get the pro draft up
Yep, I guess
here
better.
pretty soon.
I want to see some aggressive bot lane from Nerdy Pandas. I want to see wasted potential. Just do what they did. Run it down. Okay. Let's see.
Still haven't started the pick ban just yet. Oh, there we go. Okay. Getting into the pick and ban now. So let's see what Nerdy Pandas wants to ban first on blue side.
Looks like.
See if we can't just go back to the screen cap. I don't think pro draft is going to work on stream.
I don't think so. Yeah, it is currently not working on stream. So we have that. They banned out the Kaisa again. Okay, are they banning out double ADCs again? They banned out the Annie from wasted potential. Banned an Annie. Okay.
They're not going to ban Annie. Yeah,
Okay,
I was like,
I was gonna say, I know she got buffed, and
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to be a verific type of champion. You did talk about it earlier in the midcast. Shoutouts to that. Go watch it afterwards.
Okay, Caitlyn is not going through. You're right.
Yeah, I expected that after last game. The Caitlyn was really popping off there. Are they really going to target ban the jungle that hard?
No, I think they're gonna ban the Cassio either. Rammus. They're banning out the Rammus.
Yep, they're just target banning jungle. They do ban the Morgana out. I don't think you have to ban out Morgana if Caitlyn is already banned. I don't think Morgana is really that strong in lane without the Caitlyn.
Now I just want to see what's the potential play spot lane now. Now that Caitlyn Morgana's gone. The Illusion is up. And Nerdy Pandas did ban Lucian last game. Honestly, a Lucian that has not happened. Lucian first pick for Nerdy Pandas. That's an aggressive mid bot lane already. Nope.
Here to go.
They're rotating around.
They're just hovering. We have no idea what they're gonna pick.
Okay. I don't think it's an Evelyn or a Camille.
I don't think it's gonna be a Camille either. They're just randomly clicking
They're
stuff.
playing with their heart. They're playing with their heart. That's what they're doing.
Is it gonna be the Lucian?
Okay,
It is
it's
the
the
Lucian.
Lucian.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it
it's
is an aggressive bot lane for Nerdy Pandas this time. Okay, like to see it. I want more aggression. The scaling comp did not work. I'm glad to see they're changing their strategy here.
So we're seeing a Lucian Thresh. That'll be pretty good to see.
We could see Lucian Thresh. Vision Lord does play a lot of Thresh.
Jinx?
They're hovering the Jinx. I don't think they're gonna
Jinx.
pick it. I think they're just BMing. Oh, they do pick it. Okay. Wasted potential picking the Jinx into Lucian.
So they're basically saying we could do Jinx better than you can.
Yeah, that's a Jinx Recon. Why didn't? Really?
That sounds interesting.
Why don't, if you're picking Recon, I don't know why you don't just pick Xayah with it.
I don't think they're picking Rakan. They are picking Rakan.
Okay,
Okay,
we
this
have-
is an
we have-
interesting combo.
Jinx Recon bot lane for wasted potential. I wonder if the Jinx pick is just BM then, because Xayah Recon would have just been better here. Xayah's up.
But now you're first picking Jinx. You kind of have to pick a team around her, protect her. And Nerdy Pandas have a choice of what champions they want to knock her down, basically. They can go for the Hecarim, Kled again, run her down.
Well, that was wasted potential last time. Not Nerdy Pandas.
Oh,
Nerdy Pandas go for the Lucian Alistar bot lane to go up against Jinx Recon, and it's
Okay,
definitely an
so-
aggressive lane that can all in you in one shot very easily. So Jinx has to be really careful with her positioning. See what the third pick is going to be here for Nerdy Pandas.
I want to see a jungle pick. A jungler that can run it.
Top lane,
But- Potentially jungle
Hey.
Malphite.
if you're wasted potential here, you got to be rushing that Yasuo ban. Like Alistar Malphite, dude, they're setting up for it.
That's pretty scary. Olaf,
Yeah.
okay. So he's just saying, I don't care about your CC, I will run at your Lucian, and
Yeah, Nerdy Pandas banned out the Olaf last time, second rotation, so they're picking it
Yep.
up before they get the chance to.
and it could be Malphite jungle as well.
I
dabbled with
I
Malphite
don't
jungle.
think if you put Malphite in the jungle against Olaf, this Olaf will be all over you. I don't think you can Malphite jungle into Olaf. He's
Yeah.
so Olaf is so good at
Yasuo's
playing early.
ban.
Yeah, there's the Yas ban.
Yeah, definitely, that has to go. Malphite
Yeah,
Alistar.
when you see Alistar Malphite on the other team, you can't let them pick Yasuo with that. They're telegraphing that comp so hard.
But if Malphite does go top, Wasted Potential has a chance to go at AP. That might.
All right, just to recap the picks so far, Nerdy Pandas has Lucian, Alistar, Malphite, and Wasted Potential has Jinx, Rakan, Olaf. No, it's inconvenient that Pro Draft isn't working, but you know, when is never.
Nerdy Pandas just did ban out Kled, excuse me, not.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
one option of engage. And Galio.
Yeah, so
banned
the
out-
Kled Galio, we will
four
not see
members.
Wasted Potential this game.
They basically banned out the whole entire last team.
Yeah, everyone except for Hecarim is banned, and they already have Olaf, so we won't be seeing any champions from Wasted Potential that we saw last game.
Wasted Potential is going for the Shen, so that's top
They
lane
did
Shen.
hover it last game. Yep, they're gonna pick it. Okay,
Yep.
so that does help the Jinx Recon bot lane against that all-in. And I think Shen has a favorable matchup against Malphite top lane as well. So I guess we'll see if the Malphite gets shifted to jungle, but I would like to see it go top lane. Let's see what the pick here is for Nerdy Pandas. 3 seconds left. Darius. So Malphite
Darius.
is not top lane.
No, Malphite jungle. AP Malphite jungle.
I
Your
have,
early
a, I,
game
have,
is going to be very scary against
I have a
an Olaf.
lot of opinions on this because I've been seeing a lot in my solo queue games. We'll see if it's Malphite mid. It could be AP Malphite mid. I think that's actually better than Malphite jungle. We'll see though.
Potentially, but I'm hoping.
And the Talia. Okay, so we actually don't know which is which.
Oh, it could be.
Talia
It could be Talia
jungle or Talia could be mid. I actually don't like either of these champions in jungle or mid.
They're going for a theme here. They're going for an
Yeah,
Earth
we got
theme.
the rock duo.
They're going for like an Earth type theme for jungle or mid. for both of them, in fact.
Got some rocks in the Alistar splash art.
Okay, so they're going for a late scaling team comp with Vladimir and Jinx.
Yeah, but then you have the Olaf, which kind of has the early game playmaking that you would want to snowball with.
Okay, so who is the better team comp in your opinion?
Oh, geez, both I don't like. Okay. So.
Yeah, this is a harder one. There's no clear winner, honestly. Wasted Potential has a late game, for sure. Vladimir Jinx would win any late game team fight.
Like, okay, so looking at this, I think that Nerdy Panda's comp is better. Because I think, like, they have a winning bot lane, and theoretically they have a winning top lane, and mid lane should also be winning for them. Yeah, like, they should have 3 winning lanes here. So I think their comp is better, but they have this really awkward Malphite jungle that can't really do anything.
Well, at this point, we don't know if it's jungle or Talia.
Doubt is the greatest enemy.
I mean, okay, if the Malphite isn't jungling, I think Nerdy Pandas has 2 winning lanes and a much better jungler than they would with Malphite. Okay, so we have, like, roughly 5 minutes to talk about things, so I'm just gonna go on a rant about Malphite jungle. Well, actually, no, I'll wait until I see that the Malphite jungle before I have a rant.
It could be a Malphite meta. Your rant would have been.
Yes, for not. So instead, let's talk about the lane matchups we can say for certain. So, Lucian Alistar into Jinx Rakan.
100% Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian just kind of carries that lane, and Alistar can get a really hard engage and just one-shot them. Especially if Alistar goes Hex Flash, he can just be super liberal with his flashing and just going for the headbutt pulls out of the bush with Hex Flash.
It's something that Alistar can always do to Rakan is just knock him away.
Yeah, like, Rakan can not get his W off if Alistar is anywhere near him when he tries to. So, there's really no chance of Rakan engaging either. Lobby looks like it got canceled out here.
Oh.
Well, so we have more than 5 minutes. We probably have closer to 7 now. So Shen Darius. That should be Darius favored, but Shen favored early, I think. I think pre-6 it's actually pretty Shen favored because Shen's Q is so strong in early laning phase. Darius does have, like, a lot of trade back potential, but if Shen keeps the fight short, I think he'll always win them. And plus Darius goes for auto reset, Shen just blocks the auto attacks, so unless Darius, like, pulls Shen out of his W, I don't think he ever really wins trades until level 6 when he can all in. Well, actually probably closer to level 4 or 5 is when that starts to turn. But early lane phase should be Shen favored, and then Darius favored into late lane phase into mid.
Bans, pick your ban, we're going back in. Okay, are you gonna go to your Malphite rant?
Well, I want to make sure, man. I don't want to jump the gun on it. What's your okay? Let's talk about Talia into Vladimir.
Oh, I'm not very familiar with that matchup, but I think Talia is better than Vladimir when it comes to.
Yeah, Vlad early laning phase, regardless of who he's into, like, obviously he's gonna beat Malphite if he's into Malphite, but yeah, usually Vlad early.
Malphite jungle.
Yeah, okay. Vlad's early lane phase is pretty bad until he gets levels into Q for the CDR. So early lane phase, Talia should just shove him in indefinitely and look to roam. There shouldn't really be any kill threat on anyone mid lane unless there's jungle interference, which there should only be in the favor of Vladimir, because there's no reason that Malphite should ever be ganking early, because he can't. But yeah, no, that should definitely be a Talia favored mid lane.
I feel like you have some pent up anger for jungle.
I do have a lot of pent up anger towards Malphite jungle. So, Malphite has TP, so I want to wait and see if they're doing some stupid lane swap.
They want to do Alistar jungle? I want to do that.
Alistar jungle, Malphite support. Well, that ruins the bot lane then. Like, Malphite has no early lane pressure.
What about Lucian jungle? How do you feel about Lucian jungle?
I actually like Lucian jungle.
Never
Lucian
play
jungle
solo.
can actually clear pretty.
Never play solo queue again, please.
What do you mean? No, Lucian jungle can actually clear pretty effectively. It's nothing you should ever take into ranked unless you're in like silver elo. But you know, silver elo you can carry on Lucian jungle.
Yeah. I've done some AD jungle in my life in silver.
You know, you can pretty much play an ADC anywhere in like low elo and just 1v9 as the ADC.
Yeah. It looks like Malphite is just rotating sums around. Fancy.
Yep.
Vladimir's
so, anyway, let's talk about Malphite jungle and why I don't think it's very good.
I am comfy. I am ready for your rants.
Okay, so the Malphite jungle that I see most of the time is Predator AP Malphite jungle. This might be a tank Malphite jungle. I don't know. I don't really care. The problem Malphite jungle has is that it's very easy to shut him down early because he's a very 6 reliant jungle that has no tools to get to level 6. Malphite jungle is like Skarner and Nocturne in that his ultimate is a lot of his identity, but he doesn't have the clear speed that either of those champions has or the early dueling potential that either of those champions have to enable them to hit 6 early through invades or fast clearing. So instead, you have this level 6 reliant jungle who can't gank till 6, who can't duel early, and can't clear effectively, versus an Olaf who is going to invade on him constantly, or should invade on him constantly, rather, because the Olaf can just simply clear his red side super quickly, because Olaf has one of the fastest clears in the game, hit level 3 off it, and then just go sit in the Malphite's jungle waiting for him to come over and instantly kill him, because Malphite has no escape either. So, what's Malphite jungle going to do other than just sit back and die because he can't defend himself?
Well, that's a lot of stuff happening. I hope you feel better.
Well, okay, and then the thing about it that makes it a little bit more manageable for this Malphite is that he's going to have winning shoving lanes, so the Olaf can't as easily invade because he'll get collapsed on. But if the Olaf ever has his lanes in an advantage position where they are shoving in, this Malphite cannot farm. The Olaf will just go solo kill him.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
There's nothing that he can do to stop it either. So until he hits 6, he's useless.
One thing I like to point out is that Darius is going ghost, so there is no TP for the Nerdy Pandas.
Okay, so looking at sums, Malphite's going electrocute as opposed to the Predator, actually.
Okay, so it's going for a more bursty instead of a movement speed.
Well, I mean, either way, it's going to be the AP Malphite. It just makes it even worse pre-6 because now he can't even Predator into a lane and press Q. Now he can't even do that. So
now he's handicapping himself even more.
Yeah, now his gank potential is 100% reliant on his ultimate instead of 99%.
So what he's hoping for his team to do is just hold it out until he gets 6. That's what he's doing.
I pretty much it's like worse Skarner. Skarner at least can run into a lane with E, get a stun, and maybe have kill threat, and can maybe duel somebody if he has spires because they give him so much attack speed.
I agree.
Whereas Malphite can't do that because he doesn't have any of those tools. He just has an auto attack buff and an attack speed slow to make it so that he's harder to kill. But when you have half health from clearing the jungle because your clear is awful, then it doesn't really matter because you can't really stop them from killing you anyway.
Yeah, I agree. This is Malphite's praying that his team can hold.
Yeah, if Nerdy Pandas is winning this one, they're winning through lanes having more pressure, not really through jungle interference, I don't think.
And if Olaf just does it right, he'll gank top and bot. It's hard to gank, it's hard to gank mid lane because Vladimir doesn't really gank help.
I would definitely focus top side if I was Olaf.
Yeah, definitely
because you get to have your you can full clear your red side, hit level 3 early, and then you can either gank for Shen, who should be getting shoved in by Darius at that point, or you can go look to invade Malphite. So either way, your top side is probably your better starting position. Plus, Shen has a lot of gank assist. So I would expect that he would do that, but who knows? Guess we'll see.
Are you going to let the Lucian Alistar run over your Jinx?
I mean, I think Jinx or Khan should be fine just playing safe and not fighting. Like, I mean, you'll probably drop a few CS, but your Jinx, you have the range advantage. You should be able to pick them up. Like, that's the thing with Jinx. It's really hard to get a super big CS lead against her if she just plays passively because she has so much range. Like, she'll drop a feud tower here and there because her rockets will mess up a couple health bars, but she should be fine just playing passively and outscaling, I think.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. And it looks like nothing special when it comes to the runes. Too different from what is normal. Press the attack illusion.
We do see the phase rush Darius as opposed to conk Darius. I think those are his two most common. So it's going to be more of a run you down sort of Darius as opposed to a out sustain you in a long extended trade type of thing.
Nerdy Panda's gonna invade. They're grouped up as 5, they're invading.
Yep. They're doing the GBM invade where you 5-stack mid lane. This Olaf is a little bit. Oh, gets the 5-man queue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unlucky. All right.
On the invader.
That just walks away from that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Olaf is going to. Okay, Olaf is starting blue side, which is a faster clear for him, but he doesn't have that early level 3 though from 3 camps. It should be fine. He should still just super fast clear. Like, if Olaf doesn't have a full clear done by the time Malphite is like at 20 CS, I'd be very surprised. Like, unless he goes for a gank, he should probably just have that.
I feel like the early game looks like it should be to the Nerdy Pandas because of their lanes, but Malphite does throw a wrench into the plans.
It's like, I don't know. It feels like I've seen a lot of teams do this because I think AP Malphite is actually really strong right now. Like, he's subtly been getting buffed, and so I think AP Malphite's actually really strong, but a lot of teams are just kind of trying to wedge him into a composition where I don't think he fits. I've seen it from a lot of teams now.
I think if you want to pick Malphite, you have to go Malphite Yell.
Well, even then, like, Malphite is just super good engage, which a lot of teams want, so they try and wedge him in, especially because his full AP variant is, like, really strong right now. The problem with it is he just doesn't have good clear.
He doesn't. It's a problem. You have to find a way to put him in against, like, a Zac. That's actually...
Okay, so Malphite might be looking for an early gank bottom here because he cycled Raptors before Krugs.
He's doing Krugs right now.
It's going to take him a hot minute to do them. Like, by the time he's done with those Krugs, Olaf is probably done with red buff. Like...
Yeah, for sure.
It's just so remarkably slow.
It looks like Olaf is finishing up red. Might be heading to top. Yep, smites the red. He's going for Krugs, so he's going for a full
Not quite a full
top
clear,
side.
because he did skip the Grom, so he doesn't go full clear.
Okay, so he's
Okay, Malphite is almost done with the Krugs, guys. Whoa. Good job, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it finishes it, at least.
Well, no, that's the thing. Malphite's just like Zac in that he has a slow clear, but it's a healthy one. Like, you won't die, but...
For sure.
Okay, it looks like he's just kind of hanging out, waiting for Scuttle to spawn now.
He's looking for a gank on Vladimir, but that's extremely hard.
Yeah, you're never gonna get that. You're never gonna make that gank
Oh
work.
wait,
like...
no, Talia's starting it up, and Talia actually might just kill Vladimir without... He solo kills Vladimir!
What? Did Vlad burn pool on something?
I'm not sure.
Well, he didn't use pool there. I guess he must have burned pool in lane.
Might have burnt pool, and then Talia just started ignite. Olaf is invading, but getting caught out, and he is gonna...
Yeah, it just has faster roams for Nerdy Pandas there.
Nerdy Pandas gets the early game.
Yeah, no, see what that's exactly what I meant. Like, Olaf can invade on Malphite super easily, but if you have shoving lanes, then if you don't have the shoving lanes, you're gonna get rotated on, so...
Exactly what's gonna happen. Lucian does get super...
Malphite's looking for the gank top lane. Oh, look at that Q!
I think I was first dead. Okay, Jinx gets a kill.
Everything's coming up Nerdy Pandas. Well, other than the Jinx kill, obviously, but...
So, this lane is super in Talia's favor now, because she does... Vladimir is gonna struggle.
Yeah, Talia got both of those kills, and she has double buffs, so this is gonna be a really hard mid lane for Hot Honey here. Already the Shen is just down so much farm too. Like, despite the Darius having that early roam, he's still up a ton of farm.
Darius is a very strong lane bull. Everybody can attest to that.
Yeah, see, I expected the Shen to have a little bit more pressure early though, because especially level 1, Shen's Q does a ton of damage. Shen does block the Darius auto there, just barely, so it does get a decent trade off, but...
Looks like Jinx went back, she got herself a BF sword, so that she's gonna do damage. Lucian is probably gonna go back right after this wave. Malphite is still power farming till 6, guys.
Yeah, dude, he's still down CS on Olaf, who died.
Olaf is just a super healthy clear, fortunately for the
Well,
Malphite.
no, Olaf doesn't have a healthy clear. Olaf has an intentionally unhealthy clear because he clears faster the lower health he is. Like, Olaf trades health for speed.
Ooh, Vladimir gets a little bit close from Talia right there. He's getting low, but he
He's
does
shoved
go up a
onto
little.
those mines there. It will get easier for him though. Like the higher level Vladimir gets, the more points he'll have in transfusion, the faster he gets back up, and then there's not really as much kill threat.
Exactly. Olaf is power farming. I think he's a little bit too afraid to gank.
I mean, he is just growing that CS lead though. Like, he's a level up on Malphite. He's up how much CS now? Like, good 12. Yep. So.
He's growing CS lead, but he doesn't scale, so he might want to get a little more ganks happening.
Well, I mean, it depends on what he does. He could go the Redemption Olaf. That used to be a thing in Korea. It's long since fallen off, but that does help you scale a little bit better if you go that.
Looks like mid is something might happen, right? But it looks like Talia's just walking away.
Yep. Talia's always going to have the shove and look to roam because she has that nifty passive that lets her roam faster.
Looks like they're taking air drake. Okay. That's interesting.
It's an interesting one. Olaf is not a higher level than Malphite now. So
it looks like there might be a fight soon, and Vladimir does get picked up. Yeah, Ignite takes him down. Olaf gets beaten up. And it looks like the spike just goes to, and Talia goes nared by the trap. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's an unlucky one there.
I didn't know that interaction happened, but I guess that's...
Well, yeah, if you go over the Jinx trap, your dashes are stopped. It's kind of like the REE.
Yeah.
So, doesn't matter how fancy your dash looks, man. You're still not making it through.
I didn't think that Talia knew that either, so we all learn something new every day.
Yeah, no, unlucky for Olaf there. He definitely could have gotten a kill or two in that fight if he was 6. But he just kept getting CC'd up because he was still only level 5.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and what's really unlucky is if you look at his XP bar, he's like a minion away.
Looks like Vladimir is 0-2. That lane is going to get harder.
He's going the Proto Belt first, which is pretty standard. I almost feel like if you're losing lane this hard, you should almost consider going Spirit Visage first.
I never liked the Spirit Visage Vladimir, to be honest. The healing is wonderful, the HP and magic is great, but it feels like you're lacking in the AP department. Even with your passive, transferring health to, not transferring, but getting free AP.
Well, yeah, you know, gaining. But...
Yeah, getting free AP from health, it's just not amazing in any manner. I feel like you're mid Vladimir, I would just suggest just going AP, and if you really need the magic resist, Banshee is an item.
I mean, this is true, but at the same time, like, your team comp is looking to scale. Like, you have the Jinx, she's winning bot lane. I feel like if you can just slow down your mid lane, you'll definitely just be fine, probably, with the scaling advantage bot lane.
Darius is almost 40 CS higher than Shen.
Yeah, that lane is not going well for the Shen.
Oh, Vladimir might die here. The ult from Malphite, but he does pull, and he dies. Yeah, flash from Talia kills him. And Rakan might die here as well.
Alright, well...
Olaf might kill Lucian, in fact. He does kill... Jinx kills Lucian, and Alistar might die here as well once his ult just pops off. Yeah. Jinx gets a double kill.
Yeah, that's really good for wasted potential. They really needed something to get the mech in this.
I think she gets back and she gets IE right now.
So now that Malphite has gotten his one gank off for the next 3 minutes, we can see him meander down bot lane and do nothing.
I think he does have. You can double check for me if you can. He does have the presence of mind.
Does he really?
If
No, he doesn't. He has coup de grace and triumph. He
Okay.
does not.
I would have preferred getting presence of mind because getting
Yeah, that would have made it at least somewhat tolerable, but like your ult has a 2-minute cooldown. You're not really gonna be able to do anything until it's up. So
presence of mind is such a great. It's very underrated. I'll be honest. It's a very underrated.
yeah, you only really see that one taken on things like Karthus and Kassadin.
Well, not cast. Well.
Oh, that was a really good tool by Vladimir there.
Yeah, he does just a lot of the.
Dodges the Alistar headbutt pulse combo.
Yeah. And I guess everything just kind of stabilizes back. Jinx does not grab the eye. She almost has eye pickaxe and the sword. I think he was barely out of it. Vladimir is falling a little bit behind Talia. Talia very fed, and in fact, she is 3-0. She is almost.
The Alistar's looking for an all-in onto Rakan here.
I think Alistar dies here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit over-ambitious there.
That's a wasted stopwatch, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
have that anymore.
Probably should have just let that one go and waited until later. Alistar is probably feeling really bad about this lane turning the other way. Really wants to make a play and make it happen, but Jinx is just too far ahead of you at this point.
Vladimir just flashed. Okay. That was the Malphite, I believe.
Yep, Malphite has done his second gank.
Oh, the stopwatch destroys that Darius.
Oh, that Vladimir. Oh, that's so unlucky. He tries to blast cone over the wall and
Talia
barely messes it up there.
Talia starts flying all over. Okay, there's action in every single lane. Malphite is running it down top. Let's see what he does, and he just throws a kills and walks away.
Yeah, exactly, because he doesn't have ult, so he can't play the game.
Oh, Jinx uses her stopwatch. And Lucian is kind of low. Jinx kills Lucian. Yep.
Yeah.
And now she just kills.
She's just way too far ahead. You can't. They need to stop looking for these all-ins. The Jinx is 5-0, probably 6-0 now.
She's nope.
Oh, misses Zap actually, crucially there.
Unfortunate, but that's still fine. She gets a kill with the ADC.
Yeah, no, like the Jinx is just so far ahead. You can't win these all-ins anymore. You need to just try and farm it out at this point.
Yeah, at this point, you say that, but it's also Lucian. You know you have to fight, or else you're gonna get outscared by Jason by 2 items.
I mean, yes and no, because like even late game Lucian's never gonna be as relevant as Jinx in this game now. But like you're building Bork, you're still gonna shred the Olaf and the.
You're definitely shredding Olaf and Shen.
Yeah, and even Vladimir, because Vladimir's gonna build a lot of health too, and not really armor, so you're still gonna be useful.
Unfortunately, Vladimir is getting beaten up over and over and over.
Yeah, see, I expected this to like start turning his way once he got some CDR, but it's still just he's just eating that harass.
And he just pops.
Yeah, I feel like that was.
Hot Honey is not having a good game this time around, unfortunately.
He's just playing way too aggressively into this lane when Talia's this far ahead of him. It's just like the Lucian on the other team. You need to slow it down. You can't really fight when they're that ahead.
You're Vladimir. You have to slow it down and get your 2 items. About control.
Like you'll always be relevant late game. Talia falls off. You can just chill. You don't need to go for these crazy plays.
Yeah. Now Lucian's gets to farm about several of these plates, and they get Rip Herald too before 14 minutes, and they can drop that here for. Grab it, please.
They should get first tower here for.
Red gets Jinx gets the first tower. That's 5 plates and a first turret too.
Yeah, so waste this is. Like, it's going much better for Nerdy Pandas this game, but Wasted Potential is still in the lead, and they have this super fed Jinx, so it's still anyone's game.
And they get Mouse and Drake.
I mean, Malphite's still going full AP, so that is... I do actually like that, because if he can one-shot Jinx, that's pretty much Wasted Potential's entire team at this point. See, now that Malphite has hit 6, it's less of a bad pick because it's somewhat useful, but...
He does have his ult ready, so they can take a pick on Jinx.
He is a champion until he uses that.
That's true. But he's waiting for his moment to shine when he gets that ult on Jinx, and everybody just combos her down, and they win that team fight, they rush it to Baron, and they win the game. We're not there yet.
I mean,
We're not there yet.
and another problem that Malphite has in the jungle is you're not getting as much XP as you would in a solo lane. So you're not going to hit your ult power, like your level 11 power spike as fast, or your level 16 power spike ever usually, because games are over before jungles hit 16 in most games. So that's another problem that jungle Malphite has, is that he doesn't get as strong of ultimates as he would if he was just playing top lane.
Did Herald was used yet?
I believe it was...
I do not see it.
Oh, no, Malphite still has it.
Oh, no, Malphite has it. Okay. I was looking at the inventory. Waiting to see where it is. So, unfortunately, the 14 minute has already passed, so they're plates to mine. So let's see where they use it. I want to see it use it potentially mid. If they win a team fight, use it mid to get a push to the inner turret. Vladimir messes up the proto belt.
Lucky. They'll still get the Q though, so.
Yeah, I guess it's... Oh, Darius is under turret with the taunt. And he just walks away.
Yeah, he just walks out.
That's Darius for you. He's over 100 CS and Shen is barely 80.
Yeah, it's a 50 CS lead there. That's a...
Getting worse,
bit of a
7
yike.
minutes. Looks like everything's kind of stabilized for now. We have Shen farming it out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
Painfully.
like this passive game state really does favor Nerdy Pandas.
Is Talia gonna kill Vladimir again? Oh no. Oh no. Hot honey.
Oh, jeez.
Hot honey. Hot honey.
Oh,
good.
just have the pool. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this
Oh,
passive
Talia
game
might be
state...
dead. No.
No, more action.
Is Talia dead here? No. Olaf is.
Malphite uses ult, so,
I mean, he's a champion. See? Yeah, but
well, he's not now, because he used the ult.
oh, Darius is crazy. Darius kills the Vladimir by flashing ghosting it, and he gives him a thumbs up.
Well,
Well, I have to say that was quite ballsy. It worked for sure. Looks like Lucian is.
it does give Shen a chance to farm in peace and try and bridge that CS lead a little bit. It has gone from 50 to 45. We're getting there. Okay, Malphite's channeling Herald top lane.
Shelly is gonna dance. Oh, there's Olaf versus Malphite. Khan goes in for
Always wins this.
Malphite flashes. There's the flash.
Yep. Okay, well the Herald doesn't get anything because they're forced out because they only have 2 champions. So.
Fortunately.
Yep.
It looks like it did get a charge on the top side. Did it get a charge on?
Yeah, it did get the charge, but
Yeah.
Jinx just pretty much instantly killed it afterwards.
Oh, there's a little tag off from Khan. Looks like we're stabilizing again. Jinx is very much ahead. She has 2 items. Lucian is at 1.5. Vladimir is getting stronger slowly for sure. He's currently 0-6, but he does have an amp tome heading for maybe. I believe he gets. I don't know what Vladimir gets second item actually.
I think Spellbinder is usually
Is it
a pretty
Spellbinder?
early item.
Okay.
That or Zhonya's, I think, are usually the 2.
Okay.
I think Zhonya's is probably better. Like, you're losing this lane so hard. I feel like just having stopwatch would give you a lot of safety.
No, I want to see a Morello's being built by Talia, which I think she is built. An Executioner's by Lucian or Darius. Just stop that Vladimir healing late game. He's not very relevant right now, but.
I mean,
but
adversely, I'd also love to see an Executioner's on Jinx for the Darius healing and the Lucian lifesteal.
Yeah, you're right. And
So,
she's going
I
to-
think both. I think Grievous for both teams is really
Oh, it
good.
looks like a team fight is happening. Lucian is caught out and dead. And they're
Yep.
giving it to Shen. Oh, he's not dead! Jinx rocket.
Oh my! Oh, they tried to give it to
Jinx rocket.
Vlad there. Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
You know, they were trying to give the kill to Vladimir there. I think.
I think it was planned. I think they wanted Lucian to waste his flash. I think that was.
Yeah, that was definitely. They knew that Jinx would get the kill if the Lucian flashed. So.
Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. They get a free air Drake from that kickoff from Lucian. So next is another air Drake. There's a lot of air Drakes to match.
Yeah, there's been 5 air dragons so far, and the next dragon is also going to be an air, so we'll have
So
6.
yeah.
That's
Not a movement speed. I want to see some Infernos, but that's not gonna happen.
no. We had one of those last game. I don't think we ever actually saw anyone take it though.
No, I think
I think the game ended before it spawned.
unfortunate. But that's fine. Looks like
That's a very even game stake, approaching 20 minutes here. It's a 400 gold lead for
for the
God, why am I fun? Yeah, you're right. Pretty kind of.
Yeah, I think all that gold is actually on Talia. All the gold is on Jinx for the wasted potentials. Rakan goes in, gets comboed by Alistar, comes back out, so as if nothing happened.
Yep.
Malphite does have ult, so we're watching him to see what he does.
Yeah, see, he's the key to Nerdy Pandas winning this game. Like, if Malphite gets a super crazy one-shot onto Jinx, then Nerdy Pandas can just, like, siege and take Baron. But until Jinx dies, there's not really much that they can do other than just try and clear waves, and Jinx walks over with Hurricane and clears them, so... I'd like to see them move their... I'd like to see... Wasted Potential try and move Vision, though. All of their Vision is placed around this dragon, where when it's not going to be spawning for another, like, 4 minutes or so. So I'd like to see them get the Vision up around Baron instead.
Both teams need to start looking for Barons. It looks like with the Mountain Drake, technically Wasted Potential does have faster Baron clear.
Yeah, they also have a really fed Jinx, which will kind of just melt it.
But unfortunately, they don't have strong solo lane.
Yeah, the Vladimir is just so behind at this point. It's really hard for him to sit in the lane.
And Shen, fortunately.
Well, see, the thing that Shen has T-Mat though, so Shen can just kind of just walk up, T-Mat the wave,
and Vladimir is dead. Oh my god. Is this the fight where Jinx carries? Jinx gets one kill, she's gonna get her passive down. Jinx gets another kill, and another, and another. Yep. This fight is very much Jinx favored.
Yep.
And that's Baron.
Yep. Couldn't get onto the Jinx there. Malphite doesn't have enough AP to one-shot the Jinx yet, so...
Fortunately, he's going for Death Cap.
Yeah, he's
Going for that.
I actually feel like if you're Malphite, you should be going Spellbinder over Death Cap. Because I think if you get the move speed from the Spellbinder to get a better position on Jinx, you can one-shot her once you have that much AP anyway.
Yeah.
The Jinx is going Maw though, so it's really hard to one-shot her.
She's literally saying no more.
She's like, Malphite is the only threat and I know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you now have to deal with this 8-0 Jinx, who's just a monster. How much gold is she sitting on? She is sitting on another 2,000 gold in inventory as well, so she can either finish Maw here, or she can go for another Zeal item.
I think she's going for a Zeal. She does have a dagger, so I think she might be building for a rapid fire.
Yeah, that's what I would expect her
No,
to
she
build.
finishes Maw. Okay,
She does finish the Maw, though. Now
So
it's going to be
she's saying,
really,
"I have
really
magic."
hard to kill her.
Oh, for sure. She is going to be almost impossible for one shot.
Yeah, Malphite needs to like finish his Death Cap and go Void Staff and hope that he one-shots.
Okay.
Malphite tries to steal Gromp but can't.
Yep, a little cheeky steal, but that's just drop, it's fine. Ooh, did Vladimir die again? He does almost one-shot Lucian. He does go to his pool. Lucian heals. Vladimir does kill Lucian and dies to... Nope. No trigger. Okay, Vladimir lives.
Yep, there's no damage coming in
Getting
there.
to the point where, yeah, Lucian is 0-5. He's very far behind. Unfortunately, at this point of the game, Lucian is...
See, like, this is what I mean. Like, Vladimir just scales regardless of how far behind he is. Once you have, like, 2 items, you're still going to be super strong.
Unfortunately, yeah, Lucian is just not a champion.
Malphite just doesn't have the damage to one-shot Jinx because she rushed Maw. So he ults onto her and just can't get it done. And then she just heals up with the Maw passive, so...
At this point, Lucian is not a champion. He only has 1 item. He's going to too far away from Jinx. Jinx has 3 items.
Yeah, Lucian really isn't a champion, doesn't have any items. Malphite really isn't a champion, his ult's down. Talia's still strong, but she falls off super hard, so she's kind of just out of it too.
And Darius is trying his best, but he's not super fed. He's fed on CS for sure, but
Yeah, no, like this is a super snowbally composition for the side of Nerdy Pandas, but you didn't pick a jungle to enable the snowball really, so now you're just getting outscaled by Jinx and Vladimir.
I would have preferred a Sejuani or a early ganking jungler, but
I would have
that's
preferred
not-
literally anything else, really.
Yeah,
If I was taking favorites, then probably something more along the lines of Sejuani. Even the Zac again, I think is better here.
I think Zac was banned by wasted potential.
Let me
Or I
check.
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
No, the Zac was still up. Master
Okay.
Yi and Rammus were the only jungle bans.
Okay. Fortunately, things did not go out their favor. They did have a good early game with Talia destroying Vladimir in lane, but
Yeah, but like,
Now-
just think of how much better it could have been if they had someone who could press the advantage instead of Malphite.
what if they had a Fiddlesticks jungle?
I don't know about that one. It'd be better than Malphite, but I don't think it'd be
Okay, so
good.
you prefer Fiddlesticks jungle over Malphite jungle. Alright.
I don't think either would have been the pick here, but
No, I don't think either of them would have been a good champion choice, but
I
I
think
was just
Fiddlesticks
testing the waters. I was just testing the waters to see.
I mean, Fiddlesticks is more of a champion when he doesn't have ult than Malphite is. Fiddlesticks can max Q and just tell Jinx no. Malphite ults her and then nothing.
Okay, Rakan uses ult and doesn't do anything with it. That's unfortunate. Maybe fat fingered? Or maybe he thought something would go in.
I think he thought the Alistar was going to go in there, but he didn't. Malphite does have ult, so there's a chance that he does have the completed death cap, so he is stronger now. I still don't think there's any chance that he one-shots.
Vladimir is going 1v3, 1v4, he pulls, and he might die. This might be able to fight the blue side. Yeah, Nerdy Panda gets Malphite ult. Shen gets shielding gate, and that fight is very much in the favor of Nerdy.
Yeah, the Talia managed to follow up the Malphite engage, so they had enough damage to take down Jinx. Vladimir was just a little bit overambitious there and went in before he could
Unfortunately,
follow.
Shen was not there. His ult did not finish because Jinx died too soon.
I think that's actually fine. I think that's better because he manages to get the inhib tower then.
That is a wasted Baron, unfortunately. They didn't get much other than that. They could not pressure
Yeah,
the inner
that's a
top
little
turret.
unlucky. Jinx does finish RFC now though, so she can just kind of crit rocket from forever away now.
It looks like she's keeping her stopwatch, so she's going for GA next.
Yep.
Vladimir did get revived second, strangely.
I think he just wants to not get bursted at this point. He's like,
At this
my
point,
Jinx
yeah.
will do all the damage as long as I can peel for her and not die. Then I'm doing my
It
job.
looks like that's the plan. I would have preferred Zhonya's to just stall out the time, but
Yeah, same. I think at the very least he should have bought a stopwatch instead of that amp tome. But
yeah, for sure. I think he is going for Zhonya's now because
yeah, I'd be surprised if that wasn't the buy.
no, actually that is not. Stopwatch does not build, or Blasting Wand is not going to Zhonya's.
This is true, but I still feel like that should be the buy.
That should be the buy. Right? It looks like he's going for
Maybe he's going for Leandri's.
That is super weird. It's not super weird. It's just not the right.
I
timing.
think Leandri's is a good Vlad item, but into the team that
Yeah.
you're into right now,
It's
I
a
don't
great
think
Vlad item. Oh, that's an
Uh,
interesting one. That's an interesting one for sure. Darius is destroying Shen in the side lanes again.
doesn't get the pull though, so Shen just kind of walks away.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Shen hasn't finished the Titanic actually, because I feel like if you go Titanic, you can just shove out waves, and Darius can't really do anything to you at that point because you just hard shove and walk away. Like the team mat does that fine too, but I think it would be better, especially on side lanes always.
I kind of want to see more vision wards for the red side over at the Baron Pit here. Rakan is doing
Yeah.
his best, but he's running
Part
out
of their problem is like Vlad didn't sell Doran's ring, so his inventory is full. Jinx has that broken stopwatch, so her inventory is also full. So they can't really buy all that many control wards.
At this
And-
point in the game, I would have just sold my Doran's ring. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I definitely would have sold Doran's ring. I actually think that it's fine to sell your stopwatch even if you're going GA to buy control wards, because if you're Jinx, like that stopwatch isn't doing anything for you, and next back you should have enough anyway to buy your GA straight up, because you should just be getting a ton of kills in a fight and then going Baron, if all goes according to plan anyway.
A little bit of a fight in the bot side between Darius and Shen. It looks like Shen is winning those fights with a lot of armor right now. Yeah, Shen does win that fight.
Yeah, he wins the short trades. When they get extended, that's when Darius starts to win them. Because
sure.
if Shen gets those 3 Q autos off, those actually do insane burst damage because it's percent of health. It's after those wear off that he just kind of does nothing.
Okay, Olaf and James gets a free Infernal Drake, so they have 4 dragons now. But it
We are
looks like
seeing Nerdy Pandas start up the Baron.
and it looks like
There's no way they can do this in time. They have to peel off it.
They don't have a Mountain Drake, unfortunately, so there's no chance of it.
Even if they had Mountain, I don't think they had enough time there.
Lucian is going for an IE next, it looks like. If Rakan does get caught out, Rakan does die. Vladimir is caught out, but he flashes away. He's fine.
I think the Rakan could have lived there. He actually walked forward out of Raptors instead of just walking away, so he managed to get hit by the last couple bolts of culling. It's a bit unlucky by him, but
it might have been creep block, to be honest.
yeah, it might have been. But I think the culling probably hit a Raptor before him because they were blocking it for him, so they should have walked towards Lucian. But anyway, it's just kind of unlucky.
He goes down.
Yep.
That just gives pressure to the blue side, giving him the mid and turret. They might do Baron. No, they are doing Baron. They're gonna push you for inhib turret.
I don't think they can. Like, if they try for Baron, then I think that, like, especially because Rakan is up again anyway, they'll just get collapsed on. It's a very close game, though.
Very close. This is much closer than the first game.
It is still a 4,000 gold lead for wasted potential, and I do still think they outscale, but like, the longer this game goes on, the like better they scale, but at the same time, the scarier the threat of Malphite actually getting enough AP to one-shot your Jinx becomes.
That's for sure. Something Jinx has to worry
right now, Malphite's sitting on about 1,000 gold, so he's gonna be like about 1,000 away from a Void Staff. And once he gets that, then Jinx actually has to start worrying that maybe he'll have enough AP.
What do you think Malphite is going for now?
I think Void Staff should be the buy because your entire prerogative right now is just I need to one-shot Jinx.
I definitely think that's what you need to do. That is your mission in life. Fight.
Yeah, like I think you should.
Alistar does get caught. I think he's gonna ult there. So that's an Alistar ult and flash with the next minute and about a minute. Alistar is very squishy. Looks like they are doing a Baron dance. Red side is putting vision. A bit of a love tap from Rakan to the Darius. Alistar is clearing more wards out.
Alright, let's see what the buy is for Malphite now that he's back.
And he might get
okay, he does go Blasting Wand.
He doesn't have ult, he doesn't have flash, he's dead.
Yep. Alistar is...
It might be Baron. It might be Baron. They have Mountain as well, so this is gonna go down much faster.
Yeah, it should definitely just be a free Baron.
And no one is answering Shen in the bot side, so Shen might get a free turret down there. Oh.
They're rushing to try and clean up a Baron fight, but I don't think they win this even if, like...
Malphite does ult the Jinx. Malphite does ult the Jinx, but she does live. And the fact is she does live. She's gonna be shooting rockets for the next couple seconds. I think she's gonna catch up to them. Yep.
Yeah, this Jinx is not... Jinx just doesn't really hurt Darius all that much. I feel like...
a last resort.
Yeah, I think instead of going what I assume is Bloodthirster out of that BF sword, I feel like you should probably just go Doms, like, because there are a lot of people, even if they don't have a ton of armor, that have more health than you. Like the Alistar's gonna have more health than you.
They get bigger, but is this over the red side here? It looks they killed Jinx, they killed the bot lane. It looks like there's the 2 tankier members are still alive, but Lucian is shooting.
Yeah, Lucian has Bork, so he's just probably gonna melt them.
And it looks like this is the wasted Baron, unfortunately. If Shen can get away, they can keep 1 Baron, but that's about it.
I think he's out. He just eats away.
I think he's safe. Unless... Oh, no, he goes forward and... Okay. But they lose Baron if they do this, unfortunately. Yeah, they lose Baron. Shen goes down. So they do get a 2v5, but Baron's gone, and Vladimir might go down here as well.
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Nah, he'll win that 2v1 now.
He's dead.
Nah, he's not. He wins that.
And-
Nope. No, he doesn't.
Yep,
Okay.
no. Unfortunately, it's so red side loses.
Yeah, it's gonna be a free infernal for Nerdy Pandas here.
They lose Baron and they lose the team fight. That's really unfortunate.
And they also lose the infernal dragon that's spawning
And
here.
they lose the Inferno. Unless Jinx can steal with an R. Super Mega Death Rocket here.
It would be quite the steal she could get. She actually goes GA. I don't agree with that. I think you either go Bloodthirster, so you have the shield and the lifesteal after Malphite ults you to sustain back up, or you go Doms to shred the tanks. I think
looks
that
like,
GA is really unnecessary.
So it looks like because the super minions were pushing, or minions were pressuring the top inhib, that Jinx was able to go in and get the Infernal Drake. So she does have 2 Infernal Drakes in her pocket.
Yeah, I think Talia backed to clear that wave, but I actually don't think she needed to. I think that Lucian would have spawned fast enough to protect the inhib, so I think if she actually went to Dragon, they get it, but I mean, goodbye. Waste of potential to spawn and really get there fast so that they could pressure them off it.
Yeah. So Infernal Drake is coming up next. It is 5 dragons once again for Waste of Potential, getting 5 dragons. This time it is not 3 air drake. It is 2 Infernos in there, so they will.
Yeah, unlucky, dude. Think of how much stronger their comp would be if they had that move speed, dude.
They don't have a Hecarim skin. I'm sorry to tell you.
They have an Olaf, man. Olaf likes
have-
move speed. Olaf also
no-
runs at you and does nothing else. What do you...
There's no happy horse. Although that Shen is getting chased down by Darius. Darius does get a pull and a pull combo, but Shen has too much armor.
Jinx is coming down. I don't think Darius kills him fast enough. Jinx would be
No,
there.
for sure.
Just
Shen
in
can
case
hold
anyway.
it up. Shen can definitely hold it up for a long time. With how much armor he has right now, Knight's Vow.
Yeah, the longer this game goes, I actually don't know who it favors because, like, Malphite has enough if he backs right now to finish Void Staff, if that's what he's building. If he gets, like, 6 items Malphite, if this game goes that long, then he can actually one-shot Jinx. She has GA, but...
She does have GA. She has Maw Mortius as well.
Yeah, I think he one-shots through the Maw once he gets 4 items. Like, once he gets Oblivion Orb, I think he can one-shot through it. He just finished Void.
We'll see. We'll see. If he gets a good out on Jinx, then she pops.
Lucian
They win
is
a team
going
fight.
crit, so he'll scale somewhat. Not as good as Jinx, obviously, but he will still be a very relevant damage source.
He definitely has a
Vladimir's
stopwatch,
3 and
so-
10, but it doesn't really matter. He went Leandri's like we thought. Now he's going the Zonias. He doesn't go stopwatch though. He goes Amp Tome. I still think that's a mistake. I think you go the
I don't think
stopwatch.
he had enough. I don't think he had enough gold for stopwatch. I think he just bought his Seekers and ended up like 30 or 450 gold.
Does finish the Zonias now.
Okay.
So he's at 5 items. Jinx is full build. I guess we'll see if Jinx decides to sell shoes for that last seal item.
That would be
I
interesting.
think that this game you probably
I think you can
No.
sell shoes. I think
I
you
don't-
can because you have 2 air drakes.
yeah, I mean that's nice, but at the same time, the only real threat you have is if Malphite gets on you, so I think you want the shoes to kite.
Yeah, I agree with you. Shoes are super necessary against a Malphite.
'Cause, I mean, like the only Zeal item you have available to you is Shiv, and I don't think it's worth it.
What
because
about
you already have a lifeline.
Darius is running it down, and Jinx has to flash out, and she gets. Yep. No, she's not. Vladimir gets 2 kills. Jinx gets GA'd, and now she's just gonna shoot down this cow. Yep, pop, pop, pop. Mr. Alistar, you are dead, and it looks like Red Side just wins this team fight,
Yeah, I think they just win the game here.
and they might win the game. They don't have Baron, so.
I don't think it matters. They have Mountain to shred through the towers.
You're right.
Yep,
Talon
wait.
is still
Oh,
alive. The wave clear is still
Gen,
alive.
if Gen tanks for the minions, I think they end the game.
I think this game
Not
is
going to, though.
pretty much over.
Yeah,
Unless
the game
Talia
is
and-
definitely probably still done.
Unless Darius and Talia does something amazing, which Talia is about to die here.
Yeah, Talia's dead. Darius
Darius is too late
cannot
in the game.
kill Vladimir. Oh,
It's too late in the game where, yep, that's GG.
the Talia with the BM there.
So wasted potentials win.
Yep,
Fortunately
2-0 for
for
wasted
Nerdy.
potential. Was hard fought. by Nerdy Pandas. They put up a good fight in both games, but just got outscaled game 2 and ran over too hard to pull it back game 1.
Yeah,
We do see diverse
unfortunately,
play styles from both though, so I do like that both teams are mixing it up and showing us something new. We don't see the same stuff over and over.
unfortunately, I would prefer to have seen something that was more aggressive in the jungle. Nerdy Panda's second game. I agree with you. Mafai Jungle did absolutely nothing before level 6.
Even after level 6, he does something once every 3 minutes. It's I think it's more of a solo queue pick that people are just ridiculously overhyping, at least in my opinion.
Well, all these YouTubers doesn't help advertise that. Malphite mid and jungle.
All right,
Yeah.
do we want to go for a post game interview?
Let's see what time it is. It's 11 my time. I'm gonna actually say no to that unless you want
All
to.
right, nah, dude, go ahead.
Alright.
If it's too late, it's too late. We'll skip out on it this time.
Yeah, it's 11 my time. I'm ready to go to sleep.
All right then. So good game to both teams. Wasted Potential do take it 2-0 and should be signing out for the night.
Yeah.